Hi, my name is Dana Beck. Welcome to my video. I really appreciate you taking time out to watch. And so today, what I want to talk about are solo ad vendors. What do you look for when considering utilizing a solo ad vendor to drive traffic to your offer, to your website, and so forth? Well, solo ad vendors, it's one traffic method, but there are many, many more traffic methods. There's social media, and there's all kinds of ways to draw traffic to your website. But solo ad vendors, it's just one method, which I'm going to talk about today. And here are some key steps. Here are some key things you want to consider when evaluating and looking at solo ad vendors. And, obviously one of the first things you're going to have to do is, you want to do your research. When you're considering a solo ad vendor, check all the reviews and ratings about that vendor. Look, really look close at that vendor, and then see how many positive reviews they have, how many sales that they have been reported from a lot of their customers who bought their traffic. And then of course you want to look at how many refunds have been claimed against that solo ad vendor, and then any testimonials that you want to read those as well. And the other thing that you want to do with a solo ad, when you're considering a solo ad vendor, is you want to build a relationship with that solo ad vendor, and that's really important. In other words, when you're talking to the vendor, tell them what your goals are, how many opt-ins you'd like to get, or how big you want to make your or build your list, how many sales you're looking for, and this kind of thing. So, and tell them what you're into, what service or product that you're promoting. Get to know that vendor and build a relationship with that solo ad vendor. That's really, again, that is really, really key. And here are some important questions you want to ask that solo ad vendor. These are definitely things that you want to ask them. And first off, how long have they been doing? How long have they been providing leads, and how long have they been providing traffic to their customers? How long have they been in business? And then you also want to ask them, how big is their list? And that's, I think that's a valid question. Is it 100,000 users on your list, or 100,000 names, or is it 1,000,000 names on the list? How big is their list? And then this is also important, how responsive are is their list? And one way to measure that, of course, obviously, is look at the ratio of opt-ins in comparison to how many clicks you buy. If you buy 500 clicks from this vendor and only get 10 opt-ins, that's not a very good rate at all. And then the other thing you want to ask is, what is their email click-through rate? How many people actually clicked on the offer that is the solo ad vendor is promoting on your behalf? How many click-throughs did they get? And then and have they mailed out offers like yours before? And this is a big one. So if you're promoting, I like to use this example, if you're promoting golf balls and you want to ask, well, how many other customers have you had that are also promoting golf balls? Because what could invariably happen is, the product or service that you're promoting could end up going to the same people on that list that somebody else who's promoting the same product you are also sent them. So, it's kind of like a shot in the dark, and the list that you get, or the traffic that you get from the solo ad vendor may be completely worthless because they've already seen your offer, but being promoted by somebody else. So that's something you really want to ask them. How, have they mailed out other offers like yours before? That's really important. And what have typically, what are the results like in your niche? If they have sold traffic to other people that are promoting something similar to yours, what's the result been like? What kind of results did they get? And then this is also a very, very important point. what is the maximum number of clicks they deliver, and how long is, do they send them, blast them all out in 24 hours, or do they drip over like a number of days? This is important to know. And so, and what kind of time frame again are they looking at? And so, when
You've got
purchasing a
mail.
solo ad, always, always, always write your own copy. Do not rely on the solo ad vendor to write your copy. That's really important. Write your own copy. If you're not sure how to do it, Google is your best friend. So is uh, you know um, so is YouTube. You can go to YouTube and you can find tons and tons of videos on how to write good copy. You can go to Google and get, free ideas on copy and how, so definitely write your own copy. Do not leave it in the hands or make it the responsibility of the solo ad vendor. Because they're only interested in selling clicks. They're not really interested in you being successful. At least not, at least the less expensive ones are. Now, the quality solo ad vendors, yes, they are interested in seeing you make sales, because then that means you'll come back to them to buy more traffic. But generally speaking, they're not really interested in quality copy for you. And then also, and I talked about bridge pages in a previous video. There'll be a link for that video later on below this video. But you want to also always put a wrapper around your offer. In other words, a wrapper or a bridge page. Always use a bridge page. Do not send them directly to the sales page, because again, people buy from people. They don't, people don't get a warm, fuzzy feeling buying from a faceless company. They would rather deal with human beings. And then also, last but not least, when you buy your solo ads from a vendor, and they start to run, report, your results back to the solo ad vendor. And if they're really, really poor, and if they're a good solo ad vendor, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll rerun your ad for free if your results have been really, really poor. But definitely report back to the solo ad vendor your results and what you found. And so, something else to think about too. When running a solo ad, what you should look for, a typical good opt-in rate would be around 30% or better. So you should be getting around 30% or better. And and as far as sales are concerned, now sales also depends upon the offer, your email sequence. It depends upon a lot of other factors. So that's kind of hard to gauge, but definitely your opt-in rate should be at least 30% or better. And that shouldn't be hard to do if it's a good solo ad vendor. So hopefully, you got some value out of this, and um, again, this was helpful to you. And if so, please comment below. I love the interaction, and I'll definitely respond to your comments. And and go ahead and become a subscriber on my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. That's all below. But if you'd like to learn more tactics, more strategies on how to build traffic to your site, how to build a solid business, how to really grow your business successfully and earn a steady online income, well, you can go to this link right here to learn more. And where you can learn, tools and strategies that you can utilize to grow your business, whether it's, a digital business that you have, or a service, or physical products, doesn't matter. These principles you can utilize to grow your business and be successful online. So thank you so very much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. So thank you so much, and you take care now. Bye-bye.